Hey guys, so right before I started filming this, well not right before I filmed this video, but about 10-15 minutes ago or so, I posted a blog post on my blog, and by the time you see this video it'll be like a day or two ago, about religion, and now this video is going to be about politics, kind of, so I guess today is all about controversial stuff. I don't know why. That being said, I don't really think there is going to be much controversial stuff in this video because I don't have incredibly strong views on politics. I mean, there are certain issues that I feel very strongly about, but overall I don't have a strong political opinion on anything. So, if you follow my blog, follow me on Twitter, watch these YouTube videos regularly or anything, you know that a couple of weeks ago, towards the end of my government class, my government teacher had our whole class take a bunch of quizzes online that were supposed to help us find what party we identified with the most, or if we were conservative or liberal. And I've mentioned before that I always pictured myself as being pretty in the middle, because I'd say I'm pretty half and half on which side I agree with, but I always suspected that I leaned more towards the conservative side because, like I said, there are only a few issues that I have really strong opinions toward, and most of them, not all of them, but most of them, I take the conservative side. So I always suspected that while I was pretty much in the middle, I leaned slightly more towards the conservative side. But every single quiz that we took told me that I'm liberal and a Democrat, and it was always close to the middle. I'm not sure what every quiz told me, but I know one in particular told me I'm like 60% Democrat or something like that. So that's not incredibly liberal, but it was more than I was expecting. And I mean, these quizzes even let you ask for your opinion on an issue, and then it wanted you to rank how important the issue was for you. So I mean, I'm assuming it was a fairly accurate quiz, except for some of the stuff they like grouped issues together, and me and a couple of my friends too would have differing opinions on the two issues that they grouped together, and some of them it made no sense why they had grouped those two things together. I can't remember. There was one quiz one of my friends took that grouped flag burning and pornography together, asked like if you thought they should be legal because they were freedom of like self-expression, and my friends and I were talking how you can have completely different views on flag burning and pornography because they're two completely different things, and you could think one is self-expression and one isn't, and so on, and so I don't really understand why those two are grouped together. But overall, I think the quizzes were pretty accurate. So I guess that means that I'm kind of more conservative than liberal, which if I really think about it does make sense, even though the issues that I am the most passionate about, I guess, I do tend to take the conservative side. Some of you may also know that I registered to vote about a month ago now, and I did not register with a party because I'm not sure about other states, but in Indiana, when you register to vote, you don't register with a party. I looked it up, and I think what happens is when you go to vote in the primaries, whichever party's ballot you ask for, you're registered with that party unless you contact the courthouse and ask to remain independent. So I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do yet, because as I said, I'm pretty much in the middle, and even though I apparently lean more towards the Democrat side, I don't really know if I want to register with the Democrats, because I know I've mentioned in passing in some shape or form before, I think it was in a video, and probably on my blog, I think I've mentioned it in both places actually, that I don't really like the party system. I mean, I understand why it's there, I really do, but I don't like it, especially not the two-party system, because you only have two parties to choose between, and I mean, me, who falls pretty much in the middle, there's no really place, I can't really fit into either party, and We talked about this in my government class, about how my government teacher doesn't think that there will ever be, like, the U.S. will never be more than a two-party system, because whenever a third party gains any amount of strength, one of the two major parties takes its views and it becomes a part of that party. Like, you have the Tea Party movement right now, but really all they are is really radical Republicans, so they'll probably never become a successful, like, party to, like, really rival the Republicans and the Democrats, because they're always going to stay kind of in the Republicans. And I understand why our system is like that, but then you have people like me who's extremely in the middle, and I don't really fit in with either party. I really have no interest in belonging to either party, so I have no interest in getting involved in politics and, like, running for office or anything. But if I did, I would really have no chance of winning unless I ran with the Republicans or the Democrats, because you hardly, if ever, have third-party candidates. So I would have, but in order to get elected by one of those parties, you would have to have those parties' views, and if you don't, then you're not going to get elected. So essentially, if you had someone like me who's, like, in the middle between two views, I'd have to choose a party and have to have their views in order to get elected. You never have someone who's elected who's, like, really in the middle. I mean, you have to have someone who's kind of moderate. Like, you can't have an absolutely extreme Democrat and an absolutely extreme Republican, because they're not going to get enough votes from the other party. But you can't have someone who's extremely in the middle either, because, well, you could, because you get votes from each party, but it'd be hard to get your party's nomination. And I don't know if what I'm saying makes any sense whatsoever. So I understand why the party system is there, but I don't like the party system, and I don't think I want to register as a party. I'm pretty sure I want to remain independent, because I really have no interest in belonging to either party, or any third party for that matter. I think I will leave that at that, and I will see you guys later. Bye.